Merry Christmas Eve to all of you from Jay's All TV and Sports Channel. I'm your host, Jason DeCanio, ready to go for another edition of From the Stretch on this Tuesday, December 24th, 2024. And it's 12 24 24. Next year it'll be 12 25 25, give or take. We're wearing red today. Yesterday you saw me with green, kind of the Christmassy colors. Tomorrow, you don't know what you might see me with. You'll just have to watch. But we do have three great events that took place on this date, going back many years, almost 110 years to the date. The first one goes to 1814, the Treaty of Ghent, a pivotal end to the War of 1812. Yes, this treaty that was signed, officially ending the War of 1812 between the United States and Great Britain. The agreement marked a crucial turning point, restoring pre-war boundaries and setting the stage for a lasting peace between the two nations. And despite the war's ambiguity in terms of clear victories, which we will look at further on, there's more to it. Okay? And for all of you who love the song Silent Night, now we go to Reginald Fessenden's makes the first, I'm sorry, not Reginald, no, not that one. The first, I'm going to put this up here. There we go. The first performance of Silent Night, a song that echoes through time. 1818. Yes, in the small Austrian village of Oberndorf, a Christmas carol that would become one of the most beloved hymns in history was performed for the first time. Silent Night, with its serene melody and touching lyrics, debuted at St. Nicholas's Church during a midnight mass. Composed by Franz Xavier Gruber. Very interesting. Then we go to 1906, where Reginald Fessenden makes the first radio broadcast, a turning point in communication. Yes, when Reginald Fessenden made the first known radio broadcast, transmitting a program that included music and a reading of the Bible. This groundbreaking event not only marked a milestone in technological innovation, but also laid the foundation for modern broadcasting as we know it. But let's turn our attention to the War of 1812 and the Treaty of Ghent. That's our first look at our... Let's pull that up right now and share our screen and get ready for an adventure in the War of 1812. Yes, this War of 1812, often dubbed the Second War of Independence, arose from a variety of grievances. Chief among them were British restrictions on American trade and the impressment of American sailors into the Royal Navy. These issues, coupled with territorial ambitions and conflicts with Native American tribes allied with the British, led to a declaration of war by the United States in June of 1812. But by 1814, both sides were exhausted from the prolonged conflict. Britain, engaged in the Napoleonic Wars in Europe, sought to stabilize its relations with the United States. Meanwhile, America faced economic struggles and internal dissent. The decision to negotiate peace culminated in talks in Ghent, a neutral city in modern-day Belgium. And after months of deliberation, the treaty was signed on Christmas Eve, though news of the agreement would take weeks to reach North America. The Treaty of Ghent essentially restored the status quo ante bellum, meaning the state existing before the war. Neither side gained or lost territory, and contentious issues such as impressment and neutral trading rights were left unresolved. Instead, the treaty called for the cessation of hostilities, the release of prisoners, and the establishment of commissions to settle boundary disputes. And despite the lack of dramatic territorial or policy changes, the treaty had profound immediate effects. It ended years of hostility and established a framework for improved Anglo-American relations. Notably, the Battle of New Orleans occurred after the treaty was signed, but before the news had reached combatants, showcasing the slow pace of communication in the early 19th century. The Treaty of Ghent marked the beginning of a new era in U.S. British relations. Following the year, the two nations entered into a period of peaceful coexistence and cooperation, paving the way for agreements like the Rush-Bagot Treaty of 1817 and the Convention of 1818, which clarified boundaries and reduced naval presence on the Great Lakes. Domestically, the war and its conclusion bolstered a sense of national identity and unity in the United States. And though the conflict had been divisive, the successful defense against a global power reinforced American sovereignty. This newfound confidence inspired westward expansion and economic growth in the post-war years. In a broader historical context, the treaty illustrated the power of diplomacy in resolving international conflicts. By choosing negotiation over prolonged warfare, the United States and Great Britain avoided further devastation and established a model for future conflict resolution. Today, the Treaty of Ghent is remembered as a testament to the resilience of diplomacy. Its emphasis on compromise and mutual respect underscores principles still relevant in contemporary international relations. Moreover, the treaty's legacy reminds us of the importance of clear communication and timely agreements in an increasingly interconnected world. And as we reflect on this historic moment, the Treaty of Ghent stands as a reminder of the value of peace and the enduring impact of thoughtful diplomacy in shaping the course of history. Now let's go to the first performance of Silent Night, a song that echoes through time. What better way than in 1818 in the small Austrian village of Oberndorf, a Christmas carol that will become one of the most beloved hymns of all time, and was performed for the first time. Silent Night, with its serene melody and touching lyrics, debuted at St. Nicholas's Church during a Christmas midnight mass, composed by Franz Xavier Gruber with lyrics by Joseph Moore. The song was a response to an urgent need for music on Christmas Eve. Its simple beauty and profound message of peace quickly resonated with listeners, setting the stage for its global recognition. The creation of Silent Night arose out of a necessity and inspiration. Legend has it that a broken organ at St. Nicholas Church forced Moore and Gruber to improvise a musical solution for the Christmas service. Moore, a young priest, had written the lyrics 2 years earlier, inspired by the peaceful winter landscape and the story of Christ's birth. On that snowy evening, Gruber, the church organist, composed the melody to accompany Moore's poem, and the pair performed it together, accompanied only by a guitar. The simplicity of the composition, a gentle tune, and heartfelt lyrics helped convey a universal message of hope, love, and peace. Though it began as a solution to a practical problem, Silent Night captured the essence of the Christmas spirit in a way that few songs have since. Initially, Silent Night was a local treasure, sung in small churches around Austria. Its journey to international acclaim began when traveling folk singers included it in their repertoire, and by the mid-19th century, the song had reached Germany and eventually spread across Europe. In 1863, Silent Night was translated into English, opening the door to its worldwide popularity. The carol's fame grew exponentially during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, solidifying its place in Christmas traditions around the globe. It was even famously sung during the Christmas truce of 1914 in World War I, when opposing soldiers laid down their arms and joined voices in a moment of shared humanity. This poignant historical moment underscored the song's universal appeal and its power to unite people across divides. More than 2 centuries after its debut, Silent Night continues to hold a special place in holiday celebrations worldwide. It has been translated into over 300 languages and dialects, ensuring its timeless message reaching people of all culture. From grand cathedrals to humble homes, the carol's soothing melody remains a reminder Remains a reminder of the enduring values of peace and goodwill. The song has also inspired countless renditions by artists ranging from classical choirs to contemporary pop stars, and its adaptability speaks to its universal appeal, while its origins in a small village church remind us of the power of simplicity and sincerity in art. As families gather each Christmas to celebrate the season, Silent Night continues to serve as a soundtrack to moments of reflection and joy. Its legacy is a testament to the enduring power of music to uplift and inspire, transcending time and place to touch hearts across generations. And by reflecting on the humble beginnings and profound impact of Silent Night, we are reminded of how even the simplest creations can leave an indelible mark on history. It is a carol that not only celebrates the Christmas story, but also embodies the universal longing for peace and harmony, a message that remains as relevant today as it was in 1818. Oh, yes. Good stuff. Now, next up, Reginald Fessenden, or Fessenden. He makes the first radio broadcast, a turning point in communication. Let's take a look at this one. Bring up the screen, and here we go. A pioneering moment in communication history occurred on this date, 1906, when Reginald Fessenden, I think that's right, Fessenden. We got if it's Fessenden or Fessenden, it's close enough. He probably would have a say as to which one was actually right. He made the first known radio broadcast transmitting a program that included music and a reading of the Bible. This groundbreaking event not only marked a milestone in technological innovation, but also laid the foundation for modern broadcasting as we know it today. Fessenden's achievement demonstrated the potential of radio waves as a medium for mass communication, altering the trajectory of human connectivity and information sharing. While early in the 20th century, the concept of wireless communication was still in its infancy, and while pioneers like Guglielmo Marconi had successfully transmitted Morse code via radio waves, the idea of transmitting voice and music remained untested. Reginald Fessenden, a Canadian inventor and visionary, sought to go beyond the limitations of the telegraphy. His work on amplitude modulation, or the AM technology, allowed for the transmission of sound waves over long distances, a revolutionary leap in communication science. On Christmas Eve 1906, Fessenden put his theories into practice. Using a specially designed alternator transmitter, he broadcasted from Brant Rock, Massachusetts to ships at sea. The program included a violin performance of O Holy Night, a reading from the Bible, and a message wishing sailors a Merry Christmas. This experiment not only proved the feasibility of radio broadcasting, but also captivated the imagination of listeners, offering a glimpse of the transformative power of wireless communication. The legacy of Reginald Fessenden's first radio broadcast to resonate, and it continues to resonate today. His work laid the groundwork for the development of both AM and FM radio. Come on. There we go. Get that centered for you there. Technologies that have connected people across vast distances for over a century. Radio broadcasting evolved into a powerful tool for cultural exchange, education, and public service, influencing everything from music trends to political movements. Moreover, the principles behind Fessenden's experiments are still foundational in modern communication systems. Technologies like television, mobile phones, and even internet streaming owe their existence to early breakthroughs in radio wave transmission. Fessenden's vision of using wireless communication to bridge distances remains as relevant as ever in our interconnected world. Reginald Fessenden's groundbreaking broadcast on Christmas Eve of 1906 was more than a technological triumph. It was a cultural milestone. It marked the beginning of an era where voices and stories could travel beyond the limits of geography, connecting humanity in ways previously unimaginable. As we celebrate this historic achievement, we are reminded of the profound impact of one man's vision on the world of communication and beyond. And there you have it, folks. The events of today, 1906, concludes. And December 24th, Christmas Eve, 3 great events you have just witnessed. Or probably you didn't even know about, for that matter. Episode 16 is done, and we hope if you had a great time with us here on this Christmas Eve edition of From the Stretch. We'll see you tomorrow for the Christmas Day edition with 3 new events. Till then, I'm Jason DeCanio. Remember to be honest, to be real, and to keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Good night.